Which pioneer of the Which of these sportsmen named? What is a fan trust? Which of these was a king of the in the human body? Jim Carrey played. Which of these is a real medical Which of these letters? The seated half spine. Which of these events took place? Which of these films did director Rob? Which of these cannot? Which of these is a 10? Which of these states has never? Which of these songs was a? Which of these films is set? Which of these city? Which of these birds lays the light? What is the currency of? Which of these sports features? What sort of work? Which of these films did not star? Which of these planets has? There is not a Nobel Prize in which of these categories? Hubby is a familiar. Which of these is the name? Which of these is not the color? Which of these is a type of? Which of these is a? Caddies work at which of these sport? Which of these was the type? Which of these films is? Where was Queen Elizabeth? Which of these is one of the? Black Friday follows which day? In the Mediterranean town of Cannes. What is the crosset? Sartorius is a fictional land created by which author? Who was the tallest member of the Monty Python team? The band Pearl Jam helped to popularize what sort of music? What imperial unit of distance is equal to 200 and? The kina is the currency of which country? What motif is popularly associated with Australian sport? What color dress does Peppa Pig usually wear? What was the name of the mother of King Henry IV of England? Used to make perfumes. Orris root comes from what flower? In China, a sampan is what mode of transport? In exercise with weights, rep is an abbreviation of what? What does somnolent mean? What is unusual about the West End musical Showstopper? What was the traditional weapon of the Greek god Zeus? What is the fundamental ingredient of grits? In the education acronym STEM, what does the M stand for? In the education, which singer featured on the Travie McCoy hit Billionaire? Which England cricket captain had the nickname Legger? What mythical creature resembles a horse with a single horn? What is England's largest historical county? Guipure is a heavy form of what fabric? Nuclear waste is typically contained using what substances? Modern ice hockey originated in what Commonwealth country? Someone with the heebie-jeebies would be in a state of what? In Judaism, what takes place under a chuppah? What type?